How's it going, everyone? This is Mindblank and welcome back to my channel, where today we're taking a look at the top 10 best of E3 2016, cause it's finally over, E3 week. And I don't know, was it a good E3? Was it a bad E3? What do you guys think? If you ask me, it wasn't as impactful as earlier E3 was, or earlier E3 were, but it did have its fair share of nice reveals, nice trailers, nice gameplay, so on and so forth. I want to see your opinion down in the comments below, along with your top 10 or top 5 or top 3 or whatever. I want to see what your number one E3 2016 game was. And remember, what will follow is just my opinion of the top 10 best E3 games of 2016. And without tarrying any longer, let's get to number 10.
Your freedoms can only be protected if democracy thrives.
Watch Dogs 2, promising like its predecessor, but I really hope it's a better game than the first one was. I did not finish the first game, partly due to the bugs and glitches it had at launch, at least on the PC. However, it was a good game, at least the parts I did manage to play from it. I hope number 2 will be just as nice as the first one was.
Whole lot of people out there, man. Whole lot of people.
Yeah, getting screwed.
Gears 4. We knew about it for quite some time, from the relatively quick view at last year's E3. They somewhat reiterated what was shown last year, but we do have some new info and gameplay. It pretty much plays just like you would expect the Gears game to play. Why change something that has worked and made the Gears franchise the success it is today? Graphics look pretty nice, and this game will probably push the Xbox One close to its limits, just like Gears 3 did with the Xbox 360 way back.
Not ready. Stay back.
God of War. This year's surprise? No, it was rumored, and actually they confirmed it in 2014 that a new God of War title was in the works. It is a departure from the last 3 games in the sense that it is set in a Norse mythology setting and now features dragon battles. At E3 we got to enjoy the game through an older and bearded Kratos while he teaches his young son how to hunt. Good one. Let's see how things progress from here, as frankly I'm a little underwhelmed, to be honest.
Here's a chance. Show me already. Shoot it! It is time! I will bring it down! You will kill it! Now, boy! Wait! Do it! Off the ice! No!
May her memory survive through the ages.
Emily,
You look tired, Father.
every year I think the anniversary of
Dishonored II. Again, rumored and finally confirmed, the sequel to Bethesda's successful Dishonored 1. Now with a brand new city to explore, 2 playable characters, Corvo or Emily, with the distinct skills and new supernatural abilities. In a word, even more slaughter if you choose not to indulge in the game's very good stealth perspective. Better AI this time around, at least that's what the devs said at E3, but sadly no co-op, even though we have these two characters to play with. Very interesting.
Gotta get away. I should talk to the captain of that ship.
Orders from the Duke. We're losing too many people. Good soldiers blinded by that hallucinogenic powder the Howlers used, then stabbed to death or dragged down by the Abbey's hound.
Shit. Let's hope they do enough damage to each other so the fight goes out of them.
That won't happen until someone manages to kill either Paulo or Vice Overseer.
No pressure, right?
Coming in at number 6 is a game that certainly looks to be promising. We haven't had a good Spider-Man game in ages, and if this proves to be as polished as the Batman Arkham series of games is, and have combat at least like it's shown in this trailer, it will be a hit for sure. It really looks fun to play.
Andromeda, to build a new home for humanity.
Number 5, and a disappointment, as we have still not had any concrete gameplay from Mass Effect Andromeda. From the little we saw in this year's E3, it does look pretty sweet, I have to give it to them. The Mako does seem to make a comeback as well as planet exploration. Let's hope it's not as tiresome and boring as it was in the original Mass Effect, I mean planet exploration through the Mako. I really can't wait for this one, to be honest. I really enjoyed all 3 Mass Effects, and I think I'm one of the very few people that actually somewhat enjoyed the ending to the third one.
Looks like we have some tests to run through today.
Prey, a reboot of 2006, same title game, an awesome game, although it did have its flaws at launch. I'm hoping for very nice puzzles and gunplay. From what we can see here, it will be an action-packed and story-driven game, so definitely can't wait to check this out. Nice trailer from them.
Good morning, Morgan. You're not going to like what I have.
There was nothing.
Number 3, Call of Cthulhu. Maybe a surprise for you why I chose this game as the number 3 spot, but I massively enjoyed Call of Cthulhu Dark Corners of the Earth, a 2006 game. Maybe not everyone's cup of tea, but the atmosphere was amazing. I really hope this game will deliver, as I am super stoked about it. Definitely deserve number 3 for me at least.
He awakes, dreaming, and soon he will awaken. When that happens, it will be the end of everything we ever knew. I have to stop it.
We're going to start in the bayou and head.
Coming in at number 2 is a game we have known for quite some time about, and that is Mafia 3. I am a huge fan of the Mafia games and have played both of them a few times. This seems very story oriented like the first 2 games. The setting is something new, and the protagonist, although mass murderer from what I can see, does deliver in the gore and gunplay department. Let's hope that the exploration in this game is much more GTA-like than its predecessors. The game is coming out on October 20-something, I think, this year. And it's a day one buy for me, for sure. From what we can see in this year's E3, it looks very fun to play. For the fans, please do try to keep your expectations at a reasonable level so as not to be partially disappointed like we all were when Mafia 2 came out.
We hit something! Ain't nothing for you to worry about. Let's get you upstairs. You all fan out. Watch the rest of the boat. This sure shit wasn't an accident.
On how to make an orderly.
What the fuck, Lou? Take another step and he gets it. You think I give a shit about some politician? Please.
Airplane battle.
Finally, the number one position for me and probably for most people has got to be Battlefield 1. The devs show they do have cojones and completely changed the setting to something refreshing, World War I. Not something you see every day in games. People were actually worried that the setting will have its impact on the gameplay and the gunplay, with limited automatic weapons, limited bolt action rifles to choose from, and general crappy weapons that soldiers wielded back in 1914 through 1918. From what we were shown in this, it's just kick-ass. It has a very Bad Company 1 and 2 vibe attached to it. Gameplay seems fast, weapons seem enjoyable, and we have horses and zeppelins. What more would a first-person shooter fan want? Seriously. Mega stoked about this, and again, a day one buy for me in October when it finally releases. I'll leave you with more selected scenes from the gameplay footage at E3. I sincerely hope you enjoyed my top 10, and like I said, please let me know what your top picks from E3 are in the comments down below. If you enjoy the content, then like the videos and comment, consider subscribing, as it greatly helps me keep dedicating time to the YouTube portion of my life. So see you next time, signing out, Mind Blank, bye bye.
Is it the British Army have got this one right now?
Yeah, so because of that, the way it works essentially is that you want to look at it as when the team is down, it's that last-ditch opportunity, that last effort to be able to get back into the game. And the airship, if used properly, can cause a lot of damage. It is an incredible piece of weaponry. A behemoth, if you will.
I mean, obviously, though, it's a huge target. As we can see, it's getting shot already. So it's not something that you're likely to miss in the sky, but all that power right there. If you were down and you needed to take a couple of flags back in Conquest, this could give you the power to do that. You can absolutely...
That's unfortunate.
One thing we did see there was one of the new movement mechanics, the way that you can pull yourself up on top. You might have just seen it before the guy hit the floor in a tank, and you want to go bowling around the battlefield and just causing absolute havoc. Then you can use one of the heavy tanks that's got 5 seats in it.
Yeah, and another thing to note as well about just the tanks in general, a bit of a sticky situation, but if you just charge right into someone, you're going to take them out. And here we go, folks. The airship has been destroyed, and it is going to drop another incredible factoid about this airship, guys. It doesn't matter where there's no pre-programmed this is where this is going to fall. No, it falls anywhere. All those buildings down there are going to be destroyed.
Just watch this.
Oh,
it's
my
incredible.
goodness. This is crazy. No, why would you go there? That is insane.
Not just that, but once it's hit the ground, its carcass stays there.